Are you ready? Now, I'm taking you back in time to a world where no civilization had a name, and neither the land nor the sky resembled what they are today. This is not the history of humanity, but the beginning of life itself. Asteroids, volcanoes, lack of oxygen. The Earth came to the brink of destruction countless times. Yet, ironically, each disaster was part of what made us, us. Chapter 1. The Spark of Life, 4.5 to 3.5 billion years ago. Not the Big Bang, not the birth of galaxies, an even crazier moment than those. Biogenesis, the emergence of the first life from non-living matter. A primordial soup filled with ammonia, methane, and hydrogen. Volcanic vents bubbling in the dark oceans. The Earth was mixing the fate of all unborn civilizations within this soup. For millions of years, molecules collided, merged, and separated. Lysine, urea, lactic acid, and one day some chains managed to replicate themselves. And at that moment, the universe lived for the first time. Today we call this tiny organism LUCA, the last universal common ancestor. Animals, fungi, trees, humans. We are all connected to a tiny organism hidden in the depths of the ocean 4 billion years ago. Chapter 2. The breath that changed the world 3.5 to 1 billion years ago. Back then, the Earth's atmosphere was too toxic to breathe. It was composed of nitrogen, water vapor, and carbon dioxide, until cyanobacteria emerged. The oxygen they produced poisoned the planet. Yes, you heard that right. Oxygen was initially a cause of mass extinction. But over time, it became the most valuable element shaping life. Without this transformation, humanity as we know it would not exist. Chapter 3. The Cambrian Explosion, 550 million years ago. Suddenly, nature seemed to go mad. Shells, eyes, teeth, joints. Hundreds of animal species appeared on the scene at once. The biological foundations of humanity, nervous systems, digestive organs, muscle structures, are the legacy of this period. Chapter 4. The Fall of the Giants, 66 million years ago. Dinosaurs ruled the Earth for millions of years. Storms, polar shifts, mass extinctions. They survived them all, until an asteroid struck what is now Mexico. Sunlight was blocked. The atmosphere darkened. As dinosaurs vanished one by one, the age of mammals began. This event was one of the greatest turning points that made the birth of humanity possible. Chapter 5. The First Primates, 40 million years ago. Small, furry, big-eyed. These tiny creatures living in the forests had no idea they would one day evolve into humans. Their brains grew and their behaviors became more complex. Over time, monkeys emerged, followed by the great apes. Chapter 6. The split between humans and chimpanzees, 8 to 9 million years ago. For many years, we believed this split was clear-cut. But the truth is far more interesting. Human and chimpanzee lineages exchanged genes for millions of years. It took a full 4 million years for us to completely separate. Today, 98% of our genes are still shared with chimpanzees. Chapter 7. Lucy's World, 3 million years ago. Lucy, found in Ethiopia, walked on 2 legs, but her brain was small, her arms were long. At night she probably slept in trees. But the great revolution that set humans apart from other primates had begun, bipedalism. The reason for this change is still debated, the savanna hypothesis, or the theory of upright posture in trees. We do not know the answer. But humanity stepped onto the stage of history with this step. Chapter 8. The species that stole fire 800,000 years ago. Humans learn to control fire. Fire equals power. Fire equals protection. Fire equals cooked meat. Cooked meat equals bigger brain. But our jaws shrank. And that's why today orthodontists still put on braces. Chapter 9. The migration of our ancestors 300,000 to 40,000 years ago. Homo heidelbergensis migrated to Europe. One branch evolved into Neanderthals. The other branch evolved into Denisovans. Meanwhile, in Africa, an entirely new species was emerging, Homo sapiens. Over time, facial structures changed, foreheads rose, and brains grew. And then, we encountered Neanderthals and Denisovans. We did not fight, we did not destroy them. We coexisted. Today, 3 to 6% of the DNA of some Asian populations comes from Denisovans. European genomes carry traces of Neanderthals. Chapter 10. The discovery of continents 40,000 to 15,000 years ago. Not through the Turkish Straits. We entered Europe via one of the greatest migration routes in history. Then, from Siberia to Alaska, we spread into the Americas via a land bridge called Beringia. Meanwhile, all other human species disappeared, and we became the sole rulers of the planet. Chapter 11. Agriculture, Civilization, and Population Explosion 12,000 years ago, present. In the Fertile Crescent, the first farmers domesticated wheat, barley, goats, and oxen. Villages were established. Then came the cities, the first civilizations. And finally, the Industrial Revolution, energy, machines, population explosion. Today we are 8 billion, and our future is still being written. Conclusion. The journey isn't over, a 44 billion year journey. Countless extinction, miraculous coincidences. And today here you are, watching this story unfold on your screen. This is just the beginning. We will continue to follow the traces of the past. This is Ansi Vida, a channel that brings back to life the creatures, ancestors, and civilizations lost in the dark corridors of time. See you on the next journey.